Echo Studios in Oklahoma City. This is a Hudiburg Fantasy Football Update with Mike Baldwin. I'm Jenny Carlson. We're brought to you by the Hudiburg Auto Group. Go to Hudiburg.com and shop for your next used car while you're watching all the NFL games. All right, Mike, lightning in a bottle. Guys that are maybe a quick hit and maybe then they're gone. Who is on your lightning in a bottle list right now?
Well, these were guys we called sleepers a few weeks ago. Any of you listen to us, we don't hit on them all. Don't get us wrong here. But we told you Jordan Cameron, tied in. Don't get Whedon, but a guy he's thrown to 3 or 4 weeks ago. Guess what? 3 touchdowns this week. We told you a couple.
Whedon didn't throw to him, by the way, but it still worked out okay.
Which don't go get him. That was a fluke. But somebody's going to throw him a couple of touchdowns. He's so good in the red zone. We told you Kimbrell Tompkins on New England, the wide receiver. He's young, but once Brady, 2 touchdowns last week. He's getting more involved. And then you've got, we told you a few weeks ago, last week, about Josh Gordon. Remember the Browns wide receiver? Guess what? It sounds like they're trying to trade him. 21 targets. He had like 12 catches, 150 yards. Those are the kind of guys we've been talking about. I found one last week after we taped. I wished I'd told them because now everybody's going to want him in your league this week. By Powell. He's a running back for the Jets. Because remember, we're getting pretty thin on the waiver wire this point in the season. Danny Woodhead on the Chargers, worth some flyer. He's finally starting to play a little bit, the old Patriot guy. You got LeGarrette Blount, the guy that ran for 1,000 yards his rookie year at Tampa Bay. Well, guess what? That's the guy in our other video where we're saying who's getting New England running back carries. Right now, it's LeGarrette Blount. Who saw that coming? By the way, on the way in today, I heard Nate Burleson, car wreck this morning, broke his arm. I was going to recommend him. Don't do that anymore.
Okay.
I think he's going to have surgery. So Nate Burleson. And then there's Brian Hartline, a wide receiver for Miami. If he's still out there, he may be still a little bit of a fluke, but 5 touchdowns, 100 yards almost every week. He's worth a flyer at this point.
So if Nate Burleson doesn't belong in the lightning in a bottle, he might belong in our other topic, which is the hospital zone. Who are the other guys that are in that hospital zone right now?
Because, by the way, we don't recommend defenses a whole lot, but the Chiefs' defense is off the charts. If you can go out and get them, you'll start them every week almost the rest of the season. They had a monster week last week and helped carry some teams. But the hospital zone, remember last week we said we don't want the preacher getting mad at you, leaving right in the middle of church, pulling out your phone at church. But there are a lot of guys you don't know until it's an hour before game. And in this technological age, there are people out there that will tell you he's now been declared out for the game today, and you usually have 5 or 10 minutes until kickoff before you do your lineup on those noon games. Well, last week, zeros were Reggie Bush, Vernon Davis, Ray Rice, Daryl Richardson, guys that got zeros in teams' lineups because he didn't play, he was iffy. So you really got to follow those kind of guys. Jermichael Finley didn't even really score last week, got hurt. Those are the kind of guys, if you got any chance at all, an hour before kickoff, monitor your hurt guys because you don't want a zero because that can be a killer.
Definitely. Thanks, Mike. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.